It's supposed to be the ultimate win. You roll up to the register with a stack of coupons, ready to shave dollars off your bill, and walk away with a cart full of nearly free groceries. But as the cashier starts scanning, something shifts. The air tightens. The line behind you grows, restless. Suddenly, the cashier's smile fades, and you hear those words no extreme couponer wants. I need to call my manager. What's really happening in that moment? Most people assume it's just about verifying your stack of deals, or maybe checking that none of your coupons have expired. But behind the counter, there's a hidden playbook at work, one that's shaped by secret system warnings, constantly changing policies, and a rising wave of fraud that's made stores more cautious than ever. If you've ever wondered why things can go from smooth to awkward in a split second, or why cashiers seem to freeze when your coupon game gets strong, you're about to learn the real story. Stay tuned, because what happens next in those manager moments isn't just about coupons, it's about trust, strategy, and sometimes a little bit of drama that most shoppers never see. The register beeps. You're watching the screen, tallying up every discount as the cashier scans your stack of coupons. For a few seconds, everything goes smoothly, until suddenly one barcode doesn't scan or a warning flashes on the register. The line behind you gets quiet. The cashier pauses, stares at the monitor, then glances at your pile of coupons. You can feel the tension rise, but you're not sure what's going on. Then comes the turning point. The cashier reaches for the phone or signals a nearby manager. The energy shifts instantly. What started as a routine checkout now feels like a high-stakes showdown. People are watching. The manager appears, and everyone is waiting to see what happens next. This isn't just about a simple coupon not working. In that moment, the entire transaction gets put on hold because the store system has spotted something out of the ordinary. Whether it's a total that seems too low, a coupon that seems too good to be true, or just a stack that's larger than usual, the register throws up red flags. Literally. And that's when the rules change, right in front of your eyes. But what most shoppers don't realize is that this pause is only the beginning. There's a lot more happening behind the scenes than meets the eye. What most shoppers don't realize is that store registers aren't just counting your items. They're running silent security checks on every transaction. These secret system flags work in the background, looking for patterns that seem suspicious. If your coupon total drops the bill by a huge percentage, or if you use certain high-value or free item coupons, the system may instantly mark the purchase for review. Sometimes it's triggered by the quantity or combination of coupons, sometimes by how fast they're scanned, and other times by using more than one coupon for a single item. The most surprising part? These triggers are constantly updated. Companies quietly adjust their fraud filters based on trends they see nationwide. If there's been a recent spike in coupon fraud or abuse, new algorithms get added without warning. This means what worked last week might suddenly freeze the register this week. All the while, the shopper has no idea they've tripped a silent alarm until a manager is called over and the checkout comes to a grinding halt. But the system isn't just flagging coupons at random. There's a strategy behind these digital red flags, and it's designed to protect more than just the store's bottom line. Years ago, couponing was simple. Shoppers clipped deals from the Sunday paper, cashed in a few dollars at checkout, and everyone went home happy. But that all changed when counterfeit coupons hit the scene, and it hit harder than most people realize. Suddenly, stores weren't just losing a few bucks to honest mistakes. They were getting hit with massive losses from fake barcodes, look-alike discounts, and digital coupons that were never actually authorized by the manufacturer. The numbers got so ugly that some stores started treating coupon fraud almost like shoplifting. Chains lost millions. Manufacturers pulled back on generous offers. Managers were retrained to spot tiny details most shoppers would never notice, like mismatched logos, strange expiration dates, or even weird fonts on a printout. Tech teams built entire databases of bad coupons and flagged any transaction that looked even slightly suspicious. This wave of counterfeit chaos forced stores to take extreme measures. What used to be a friendly transaction became a cautious negotiation, with cashiers walking a tightrope between helping genuine couponers and blocking the fraudsters. And as security tightened, it wasn't just criminals who got caught in the net. Regular shoppers started running into trouble, too. But if you think fraud is the only reason for all these changes, you're about to find out there's much more happening behind the scenes. If you've ever felt like the rules of couponing changed overnight, you're not imagining it. Retailers can and do update their coupon policies in the blink of an eye, sometimes with barely any warning to the public. One day, double coupons are welcome. The next, they're quietly gone. Limits get tighter, one per customer rules get stricter, and suddenly that amazing deal you planned for is off the table. Why does this happen so suddenly? It almost always comes down to pressure behind the scenes. If a wave of fraud or even just a viral post on social media tips off thousands of shoppers to a loophole, stores scramble to protect themselves. They can't afford massive losses, so they move fast. That means updating their registers, training cashiers overnight, and sometimes even disabling certain coupons or rewards until they figure out what went wrong. What makes it even more frustrating is that these changes aren't always clearly announced. Sometimes, the only way you find out is when your deal is denied at checkout. Frustrating? Absolutely. But from the retailer's perspective, waiting too long to act could mean thousands, or even millions, lost in a matter of hours. Of course, these rapid-fire changes don't just affect extreme couponers. Everyday shoppers get caught up, too. And just when you think you've learned all the rules, the game resets. But even these sudden shifts aren't the whole story, because there's another layer of protection stores rely on, and it's something most shoppers never think about. When the cashier calls for a manager during a big coupon haul, it's easy to feel like you're under a spotlight. But what actually happens next isn't just about approval, it's about following a strict playbook most shoppers never see. Managers have a checklist, and it covers way more than just yes or no. They're looking for red flags. Odd combinations of coupons, abnormally high savings, duplicate barcodes, or anything that doesn't match store policy. Every detail gets a second look. Sometimes, managers will discreetly scan your coupons themselves to check for errors that could trip up the register. They'll verify product quantities, double-check expiration dates, and even confirm whether an item really qualifies for the deal. And if something seems off, they might quietly call corporate for a decision, often right there as you wait. The goal isn't to embarrass or frustrate customers, but to protect the store and themselves from losing money or breaking company rules. After all, mistakes can mean lost bonuses, awkward calls from higher-ups, or even an investigation if there's suspected fraud. In extreme cases, managers might override the transaction, deny the coupon, or politely explain that the deal can't go through, even if you're certain you've done everything right. It's all about reducing risk and making sure nothing slips through the cracks. But just when you think you've seen it all at the podium, there's one more factor at play that can change the outcome, sometimes before you even reach the checkout line. There's something most shoppers never realize. If you coupon often, your reputation follows you through the store, sometimes in ways you'd never expect. Managers and cashiers don't just see a face in line. They remember regulars, especially the ones who save big. Some stores actually keep informal notes or digital customer files on extreme couponers, tracking who follows the rules, who tries to bend them, and who's caused problems in the past. If you're known for being polite, patient, and honest, you might get the benefit of the doubt even when things get complicated. The register might freeze, but the manager is more likely to step in and solve it with a smile. But it works the other way, too. If someone's developed a reputation for arguing, stacking coupons in questionable ways, or making a scene when things don't go their way, staff will be on alert the moment they approach the counter. Sometimes a store's unofficial watch list determines whether you breeze through a manager check or get a stricter review than anyone else in the line. This invisible history can affect everything from how quickly your coupons are approved to whether you're offered special deals, or even how much leeway you're given when a gray area pops up. In the world of extreme couponing, how you handle yourself today could determine your shopping experience for months, maybe even years, to come. But reputation isn't the only wild card. there's a behind-the-scenes decision process that even most employees never fully see, and it's the final piece of the puzzle that separates a good coupon haul from a legendary one. Most couponers fear the moment the cashier pauses, scans your stack, and reaches for that little red button, calling the manager over. But what if you could make that scenario almost disappear? There are a few moves that put you in control before your coupons ever hit the scanner. First, keep your deals simple and organized. Have your coupons in order, double-check the limits, and avoid mixing in anything that looks questionable. Stores are far less likely to flag neat, confident transactions. Next, know the current policy, inside and out. Policies change fast, so check the latest update online or ask quietly at the service desk before you shop. When you follow every rule to the letter, cashiers relax and managers rarely get involved. It also helps to build trust. Regulars who are polite, patient, and honest, especially during busy hours, quickly earn a reputation as easy customers. That reputation means fewer raised eyebrows, fewer questions, and less hassle, even with a hefty stack of coupons. If you spot a coupon that seems too good to be true, skip it. It's better to miss a single deal than to trigger a full transaction review that could shut down your whole purchase. Finally, remember, calm wins. If something does go sideways, don't argue. Politely ask for a manager, explain your side, and let them do their job. Most problems clear up faster when you keep your cool. Avoiding that dreaded manager call isn't just luck, it's the result of preparation, respect, and knowing how the system works from the inside. And there's one last twist to this story, one that even the savviest couponers rarely see coming. Even if you've faced that awkward pause at checkout or watched your savings slip away when a manager is called, you now understand what's really happening behind the scenes, and more importantly, how much power you actually have to shape your experience. It isn't just about clipping more coupons or memorizing policies. It's about being one step ahead, staying aware of new rules, and building real trust with the people on the other side of the counter. There will always be changes, glitches, and moments where things don't go your way. But each trip is a new chance to turn what most see as a hassle into an opportunity. A little preparation, some patience, and an eye for the details can make the difference between a checkout crisis and a smooth, successful haul. If you found these tips and stories helpful, we'd love to hear about your own couponing experiences or even your wildest checkout moments. Drop a comment below. Your insights might help someone else avoid the same mistakes. And if you learned something new or just enjoyed the inside scoop, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a fresh strategy or real-life hack. Your support helps us keep bringing the truth to light and sharing the tips that stores hope you never discover. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see what you save next.